We're here today with Mike from Dump Boyz. I call him Dump Boy. I don't know if he knows that. But we've got 10 minutes and we're going to tell you everything important.
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, I'm excited that you're here. So what is something that you think people completely underestimate about your industry?
Oh, that's a good question. So a lot of people underestimate, I would say, actually finishing on a timeline. So like people think, the junk or the demolition is just like snap your fingers and it's gone. And that's just not the case. There's so many different variables that happen once we get inside of the house. So like the will to finish a job on time is what a lot of people underestimate.
Do you build in any buffer time? Like, let's say you say the project will take 2 days. How long do you really think it's going to take when you say that?
So I do. So if I think a project's going to take like 2 to 3 days, I'll say it'll take 3 to 4. So we like to, under promise, over deliver. That's like kind of what we do. So like we'll tell somebody that it's going to take 5 days and we could be done in 2.5 days.
You know what else that does? It gives your client a psychological positive hit.
Wow.
When they're
done.
They did that.
And it's so clean, fast. Like they walk in and they're like, holy smokes. But sometimes people come, they see it, and they don't even come back to the project until we're done. So like their expectation is like they don't know what they're going to see when they're walking through the door. They're like hoping it's going to look good, they just paid the money for it, and it's always good at the end of it. So that's the cool part too, because they underestimate it and then they're like, wow, that's like great.
It looks better than they thought. It was done faster than they thought. And the price is probably also better than they thought.
Yeah, definitely. Because you pay, we're not the most expensive, but we're not the cheapest. We're right in the middle and we do very good quality work. So once they see that, they paid, like, because investors like you guys have a sheet when you're doing a rehab. You see what you spent here, and there, and you're like, wow, I didn't have any headaches on the demo and clean out, and this was the price, and I was able to get on to the next phase of framing or electrical and plumbing, and it was just smooth. So that's like really
important. It's huge. I mean, you guys are the first people at the site when we close on a house. The first call, the first people at the project. You see the house before we see the house sometimes, and for that to be so easy takes so much weight off of our shoulders. That's big time.
And that's what I try to preach to them,
Yeah. So what is something that would separate someone who's only going to be in this industry for about 6 months versus someone who would be in it long term? What do you think the separators are?
That's a good question. So that's how I look at it. So we're already past 6 months. We're 2 months and 3 years into it. And just to get to where we're at now, there was so many different trials and tribulations of waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to going to do a job that we hope we could get done. Because in the beginning, we're going into jobs that look huge and we're like, yeah, we can get it done. No problem. We do this all the time. Mind you, natives never even did it before. So we get in there and we tackle it like head on and just go with the flow. So there's a lot of like things that can go wrong. Like in this field, like there's when you're doing a demolition, there's gas pipes, water pipes, there's electric, so like things could go wrong.
The one day we were filming, I think it was a gas pipe?
Yes.
We were shooting a video, and you're getting calls the whole time, and you're like, please just handle it. Call the fire department.
And they came. So that's like number one. If something goes wrong, immediately notify it, because the quickest way to the solution is having a professional, like a firefighter, if there's a fire, come and handle the situation. Like we've dealt with plenty of different, setbacks. It's all about just taking the problem head on, facing the problem, and moving on. Like you can't just dwell on problems or you won't make it past 6 months. If you're so worried about the past and you're so like, scared to make a mistake or scared to take the next step, that's, to answer your question, that's the people that are only going to be around for 6 months. You got to really push, take risks, and want to get better each and every day. And then you'll find yourself 2 years later. I mean, it doesn't even feel like we've been in business for 2 years, and now we're just keep going forward, and we have, systems in place that, help us to get to long-term business life.
I've been doing this for 5 years, and I noticed that the difference was taking every L as a learn rather than a loss. It was something that I learned, right? So like if I lost money on a house, that's like a college course, but it was practical. So I was kind of happy when these things would happen, because not happy to lose money, but happy that I had the opportunity to learn something new. That's
like really powerful. That's just powerful, because a lot of people really go straight to the loss, beat themselves up about it. Instead, a real business owner, like obviously us, we're, going forward, we're past the 2-year mark of where everyone thinks if you make it 2 years, then you have a very successful chance to keep going. If you don't make it, a lot of businesses fail before 2 years. So if you're able to use the lesson and not make the same mistake again,
Yeah.
That also answered your question.
Honestly, it's stacking the losses and failures. And once you have enough of them stacked, you're going to win. It's just what's going to happen.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That really is the truth.
What is the craziest job that you've ever been called out to?
The school was one of the biggest jobs because that was like 40 or 30,000 square feet, had to be done in 60 days. We actually didn't get the job because our quote was 140,000 and the guy already started it. So he felt that his price should have been somewhere in between 90,000. So for us to go into do a job like that, we would have to have, a lot of guys there for 60 days and it wouldn't even turn out to be worth it. So there's jobs that you don't want to take knowing that it's not going to help you. Because a lot of people in the business of construction and real estate, not necessarily are they trying to get over on someone, but they're trying to get the best deal possible. And sometimes that best deal might not be the best for you and your business. So you have to learn to not take every job as you grow, because not every job is going to help you keep growing. It could set you back. For example, that school, it could have took us extremely longer. There's different things that could happen. There's concrete steps. There's heavy machinery that needs to be involved. We don't know the true outcome of that because we've never even fully done something like that just yet. But the craziest job are the ones that are just the dying worst smells of whether it's human feces, dogs, there's animals, squatters that get into a house and they treat it like you wouldn't even imagine. You walk into the houses. I mean, those are the houses that you guys want so badly because those are the distressed sellers. Those are the people that didn't take care of their houses, and that's where opportunity comes. So when we go into those houses, that's automatically what we're thinking. When I go there, it's wow. I mean, it's terrible. It's sad that you treated the house like this, but that's what our business is here for. We're coming in, cleaning it up for the next person, but those houses are the worst. We've had tubs filled completely to the top. There was no running water. So there was 5 people living in a house. They used the tub as the bathroom. So there was complete a month's worth of pee and shit all over the house that the guys had to take out. That stuff has to come out one way or another. And we had to break it up, trash bag it out and get it out. So the houses that smell the worst in the heat, yeah, so we wear masks, gloves, and stuff like that. For that specific house, we did have hazmat suits. However, we should wear hazmat suits more often. It's just the guys don't feel comfortable, all sweaty, and it makes them go slower, hot. But when it's hot out, especially where we're getting into the 80, 90 degrees, those are the worst jobs. When it's smelly and it's hot out, there's no way to really block it out.
We bought a house a couple weeks ago, and we went into tour. I saw photos. I knew what I was going in to look at, and there was feces smeared all over the floor of every room. It was on the bottom of their shoes. The toilet was overflowed. It was what was really sad was the house was actually in great condition, but after this unfortunately happening, they don't want to put it on the market. They don't want the people that they know to see that the way they lived. So we were fortunately able to get it for a good deal, but
yeah,
it was rank.
There's a lot of houses that are just in terrible shape. So I just know that the house isn't the worst job we had. There's gonna be a worse one coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
I had one question for you though, just coming in. What was because a lot of people you asked a good question about being in 6 months business and long. What was one of the hardest things that you had to overcome in the real estate acquisition or real estate rental or just anything real estate that you had to overcome to get to the next level? To go from, let's just say, anywhere from $10,000 a month making in real estate to $50,000 a month. What did you have to overcome or get through to get to the next barrier of level?
Saying no to more opportunities, honestly. Because like you said, you could take 100 jobs, but they're going to be a big waste of time. So saying no to more houses freed me up to say yes to the better ones. So I used to do a crazy amount of volume. My volume's actually a lot lower now, but my profits are significantly higher.
So the bottom number is what you were basically focusing.
Yeah, saying no.
Right.
And in that also saying no to, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any substances, I don't go out, I don't have friends, I work, I take care of my family, and
wow,
that's what I do.
That's 1,000% a statement that a lot of people need to hear, and they actually need to implement that into their life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I cut out everything. And honestly, I feel great now. I feel like I'm living a life that's
Your health is important.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great answer.
Yeah, what about you?
So to get to the next level for me as well was kind of what you based off of not saying no, but just being more disciplined. Like going out was like, I'm young, I'm 23 years old. So being in that, lifestyle, getting caught up on that Instagram lifestyle, you get a little bit more money. You want to go to the club, get some girls, go out, drink, party, smoke, just kind of just like drifting off in the lifestyle part of things, really, detours you from your path. Because I know for sure, like just from our story, we were doing like $20,000 to $25,000 a month, and we were so comfortable. We were complacent. We weren't really pushing harder to get to the next level. Like we had one truck, we had 5 employees, we had some jobs here and there on the schedule, but we weren't like actually focused on getting to the next level because we were busy. We had friends, we had a life outside of work, but we knew if we wanted to make it better and actually like have something set up for the future, we had to cut off all distractions. So like I had a girlfriend, I broke up with my girlfriend. It was just like a distraction inside of the business that had to just get cut off if I wanted to get to the next level, because who you pick as your partner in life is a huge thing. So there's people that get tied up, have kids early, or get into a relationship they think is going to be good, and it doesn't turn out to be good. It's toxic, or it's this, that, and the third, and they're holding you back. So that's one thing in business that I realized, because other people are going to want this, then, and there. But really, like, we have to delay the gratification. Like, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to delay the gratification. He wants us to suffer, go through the storm, and work hard to actually get to the next level. So I realized once I really put 100% of my time, focus, and energy just strictly into Dump Boyz, that's when my passion really got extremely deep. And this was like a year ago now. A year and a couple months was when really, like, all emotions were in the company. Obviously you have family outside, but even then, like, there's family members that don't want to see, your growth go, because they think that you should be with them, or your time's more valuable here. But realistically, if you have goals and visions, you have to lock everything off except your vision and, your faith, and just keep going.
Yeah.
So that was my thing.
I think we had actually really similar answers. You had to cut everything out to be able to grow.
Yeah. And it comes down to discipline. Like, there's still things that I'm working on too. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've cut out all of the bad things. Like, for you to say drinking and smoking, you don't do that. Like, I still drink and smoke a little bit of weed here, and I would love to cut that out. It's just the self-discipline, and how much do you really love yourself at the end is what you really have to fulfill and pursue. And that's genuinely what my goal is. It's just when and how. And
you're young.
Yeah, so like
you have the discipline. You'll do it.
Eventually, hopefully.
Yeah.
God, Lily.
You will. You got it. All right. Anything else we should talk about?
I think we hit a lot of good aspects of just like people that are viewing this and going to see this. I think that they are going to learn something, because you got to start somewhere, and we both started somewhere and grew it from there. So I think that's fantastic. I really appreciate putting together these little monthly meetups for people to just come get food and, just talk about their business. Whether it's a little business or a big business, everyone deserves to tell their part of the story and ask for help.
Sometimes the little businesses make more money than the big businesses. So yeah. I'm happy to learn from everyone. It's good stuff.
Thank you so much, Ben. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.